Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, hello, my beautiful coffee beans. I see you out here in the ether. I hope you guys are doing well. This Tuesday morning, we didn't have, Manic Monday was a little cray-cray, to say the least. And then, of course, we have this bombshell, body cam stuff drop on Madeline Soto's case. And Madeline Soto, we've been talking a lot about Sebastian Rogers. Well, Madeline Soto and Sebastian Rogers actually disappeared on the same exact day in two totally different states. Madeline Soto's over here in Kissimmee, Florida, near me, about 2.5 hours away from where I reside. And Stephen Stearns was arrested on, I think it was February 28th. Obviously, a much different dynamic than what we are dealing with Sebastian Rogers. A lot of people believed that Jen, which is Madeline's mother, had some culpability in this. Now, I was a major defender of Jen's out the gate, because I never thought any mother would know of this thing. And I still don't believe she knew this. I'm not quite there yet that she had any knowledge of what was going on. And there's a few reasons why I believe that. Now, was she checked out? Did she miss some red flags? Did she put her daughter in harm's way because of missing those? Yes, I do believe so. I do believe so. I do believe she is culpable, but not to the extent that where she allowed this to happen. I don't think it's got, I shouldn't say it, because, you know, I mean, I was on the fence of she had nothing, that he was a predator. I saw that she had mental illness. She was on medication. She slept late, you know, but at some point there was obviously some contention. We heard from some of Jennifer's old time friends. They talked about a very specific event that happened in the house where Jen told her that Stefan was going to pew himself, and you know, she thought that Jen was just kind of, you know, blasé about it, and thought that was something she should have taken more seriously. So there are some things in here that do, you know, I have red flags, and I have reviewed a small portion of this body cam, and I went ahead and stopped it because I saw some of this comments from my mods, and I wanted to go through it with everybody so we have authentic reaction to it. The stuff that I saw up front in the first 5 minutes was a little problematic for me, and we'll discuss it as we start playing it and going over it. I'm not quite off the fence totally that she is a culpable. I think she has some culpability, much different. Okay, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying. When I say I feel like she had some culpability, what I mean by that is I feel like there was enough red flags there to tell her to get herself and her daughter away from this man. And she didn't take those cues, and therefore put her daughter in danger because she didn't want to believe. She was in denial for a number or host of reasons. We have to remember that she had some mental defects with her that are known to us. And those are easy ways for somebody to manipulate somebody that already has problems. It's very easy to confuse them. It's very easy to make them think it's their fault, or they're delusional, or they're being irrational, or things of that nature. And so I'm still kind of in that realm right now with this story, but who knows? Who knows? I may get off that. I mean, I've already moved the needle from no way to identifying some areas that, in my opinion, she put her daughter in danger. And I think she needs to answer for that, because at the end of the day, her daughter was put in danger and therefore lost her life. And the one person that could have protected her, you know, unfortunately, either was in too much of a denial state or completely blitzed out of her mind, where she wasn't properly caring for her daughter. And there's a reason why I say that too, and we will dive into that. So Lowrider, it's nice to see you. Danielle, Stacy, Sassy Hound, it's good to see you. The Real Me Too, it's nice to see you. Love Bug, Jessica, Katie Cat, it's nice to see you. SD Long, I am present. We've got Sheila in the house. Dun, 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 we got Beach. Dun, 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 we have moved Beach over. I wonder if we can get her into a YouTuber next. We'll see. She's like, hell no. She's like, it's too crazy over here. She thought it was crazy over on TikTok. A day in a life over in YouTube. Whew, good gracious. You got to be mentally sound for this stuff. Vermont Girl, it's nice to see you. Sheila, VA, it's great to have you here. When I see VA, I'm always waiting for Chaos, but I haven't seen Chaos. So tell Chaos that, hey, and hopefully everything's going well with Chaos. Samantha, it's nice to see you. Tiffany, me and you. Good morning. GG for life. Harley, good morning. Jenna, it's nice to see you. Tammy is in the house. Joan, Vit, it's nice to see you. I think Sarah Smith, it's nice to see you as well. I think I got a few. It's Crystal, good morning. Monica, good morning. Jen, good morning, love. River's up in the house. Dawn, good morning. Little Smoky, haven't seen you here in a while. Ashley, good morning. Steph, it's good morning. Everybody else, we got a lot of people up in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into today. Annette, it's nice to see you, love. We're in Crimson. Freya, Freya Ray. Hopefully I don't butcher your name. If I do, please forgive me. Lisa B always is up in the house as well. It's nice to see you guys this morning. So like I said, we're going to kind of just jump right in. We're going to go ahead and get started on this. It looks like it's like 8 different body cam footage. So I went ahead and pulled this, and just to give credit, from my understanding, the body cam footage came from the docket. The docket has a platform, I think, on Twitter as well as YouTube. And so docket has been very good. One of the go-to sources to be honest with you, one of the go-to sources for public records. The docket, he's just on it. I don't know. He just has a knack. When he sees these cases, he gets the wheels rolling and then goes through the process, and then he gets the stuff on the internet for everybody to see. So just God bless the docket. You know, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, or I know you guys are here on YouTube, so go over there and sub the docket up. Does a lot of great work. But he did a live with them, and the live he talked between it. And so I kind of wanted to have the full copy. And thanks to Plunder actually pulled all the copies together and made a nice little video out of it. So even though we're giving credit to, oh no, this is not my house. Are you kidding me? No, I wish. I wish. If this was my house behind me, I would be serenading you guys with that piano, that grand piano behind me. You know, I don't play a lot, but I could keep you guys entertained a little bit. I wish, Trees. One day, we're working on it. Okay, we have dreams. No, is I don't want you guys seeing me in office too. So I put a little thing behind me. If you guys really want to know the truth, I'm still sitting here. You know, I'm in my office too. I've been doing. You guys should see this stuff. You guys think I'm like, I don't have enough room. I don't have enough room in my office for all this. Okay, I got like an L-shaped desk, and it takes up the whole computer in my books that I need to research, because I got all these writing books in there. I've got all my legal research books in there and stuff like that on the other desk. So I got literally like this right here won't even fit anywhere on my desk open. This right here won't even fit anywhere on my desk open. So that's why I'm in here. I'm doing paperwork, and I didn't want you guys seeing my bed. This is right here. See, look, see, there it is. You guys can. So there you go. All right. So I'm busted. Bullhorn Betty's busted. Bedhead Betty. Is chaos in here? Ginger, it's nice to see you. Carrie, it's nice to see you. So we're just going to jump in, but I just wanted to give Plunder also credit, because she did kind of bring them all together. So, but we do want to make sure that everybody knows it was the docket and the docket's hard work that got these body cam footage. And I'm sure he had to wrestle to get them. So that's why I'm making it a point to give him so much credit, because this stuff here is sometimes hard to do. So I will be stopping and talking over.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars?
There's a distinctive beauty mark on her face.
On her face?
On the face, like below the nose, or near the nose?
Yeah, like right in that area there. It's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. It's big.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking?
The one thing I do notice, just off the rip, the one thing that, let me pull back over here. The one thing I noticed, like literally off the rip, is how many family members are there. Now, there was some confusion on the time and everything like that, so I wanted to kind of break it down for you so everybody's a little clear. Oh, I was heated watching this and rocking and soothing. I saw the rocking, but there's another reason why I think she was rocking. We're going to get to that here because it's coming up here in just a second. But it was the number of people there. This happened when I looked at the timestamp. It looks like it's at midnight. So how everything kind of transpired, if I'm going off memory, I didn't go back and check this information out, but if I'm going off of memory, the way it went is that she was supposed to be out of school, or her mom went to go pick her up at 4. And that's when her mom realized she did not go to school. At this time, the area schools didn't call the family members to let them know their child was missing from school until the evening time, when mom and dad are home to pick up the phone. So what had happened is she was never notified during the day that her daughter never made it to school. And when she was at the school, they kept calling for law enforcement and they had no LE available. She's got a missing child that never made it to school. So you're talking about hours upon hours. And so that you could tell that whoever had called in was a little calm, but you could tell a little ants in the voice. I mean, it was not there predominantly, but you could tell a hint of concern. By the time the grandma called and said, we got a missing child here. Is this not a concern for the police department? It was insane. So it took literally hours upon hours for them to get a law enforcement officer out there. Hours. I think it was something like 4 stinking hours to get a law enforcement to take this case and do a report. Nobody was available. And this is in the state of Florida. It's not my area. This area is not ran correctly. The whole community out here not ran correctly. And so they didn't have law enforcement to go out to this location. Now they're at a church. They had to go out to this location. It was hours. So this particular video is at midnight. Okay, it's like 12:30 or something like that, midnight. So it seems like they've probably been dealing with law enforcement for several hours. I don't know where the ones before this are. I'm hoping that they didn't just show up at midnight after she started calling them at 4. If it took 8 hours for them to respond to a missing child, that's something we need to look at, because I heard it took hours. It was disgusting how many hours it took to get law enforcement out there. And I don't know, but that's one thing I noticed. This is happening right after midnight on the 27th. And there's a lot of people there. So I don't know if they were out searching prior to or what was going on. But there are I want you guys to notice her eyes, because we're going to be talking about, I believe she was under the influence of something while she was giving this information to law enforcement. And I also believe that was contributed to her rocking. If you look at her eyes, there's something wrong with her eyes, the way she blinks. Whenever people when they blink and they blink slow, it's usually because they're on a substance. Okay. Some people do naturally blink slow, but they don't usually have the glassy eyes. I'm identifying both of those in her. The clock is wrong, the Real Me Too says. This is body cam footage. I think I don't know if the clock could be wrong on the body cam, because this is for, I don't know if that's possible, but I don't know. I don't want to say that it's not possible and it be possible. So I truly don't know. So let's keep going.
For another kid, or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Oh my goodness. Did you just hear that? We're looking for another one. So they have a couple missing kids in this area at this moment.
Good.
Alright, so people are still on the scene, let's put that out in the hospital location. How long?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mhm.
I came here, nothing.
I thought it was. Okay, so this is her mother's office. I think this is her mother's office. Everybody kept saying it was the church, but what she just said, I identified that as being an office, and I'm seeing the insurance sign behind it. Sorry, so I misspoke.
Back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from
that right there. That is where, when I want you guys to watch her face and her eyes, there's something with this. This is where I identified, I believe she's under some type of substance is in this clip right here.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Her eyes, to me, are glassy. They don't appear to be, and I can't read your comments because I'm on one screen. And when I'm on one screen, I'm watching, my whole screen's filled with the video until I flip back over here. So I do apologize if you guys are writing things to me. I'm not going to see them. Once we get done with this clip, I'll come back over here and get some of your questions if you guys are here. But the first thing I've noticed for me, now I don't know, your experiences may be a lot different than mine. And I think that's how we analyze things, is from our own personal experience or our own personal learnings. So that's why when we see things, sometimes we get different things from what we see individually, because we have all different experiences and what we're seeing means something different to us. So I can only tell you guys what it means to me. And when I first saw this, one of the first behaviors I saw within the first minute was those eyes, was her eyes, was the fact that she appeared to be talking, but sometimes she wasn't even looking at the officers when she was speaking. Those were the first things. One of the first things I noticed about Stefan's behavior is he was in a very protective state almost the entire time of questioning him. And this is what I equate to a protective state in a situation like that. You know, most people are like, well, I hold my arms like this as well. But there's something a little different whenever you have certain stresses. And when you have certain stresses and you behave a certain way, it implies something a little different. So in my opinion, he's in a protective stance the most in majority of the questioning. And you see him paying very, very, very close attention to what she's saying. So what I'm seeing here, in my opinion, is that she must have asked Stefan about everything. Like, where did you drop her off? What did you do? And he told her his story. And to me, it sounds like she's repeating his story, but she believes him because this is her significant other that she's known for 8 some years. He's almost like a father to her child. At this time, that's what her feelings are. And I'm going to play it like this in the most favorable light. I know many of you may have your own opinions, but we're going to couch this in the most favorable light for the purposes I'm making today. And so I feel like she's kind of like me in a way. Like, when I believe somebody, I will go to the mattress for them, you know? And so I feel like she's kind of Mama Bear, but she wants to make sure everybody knows that, you know, they've done everything right. Something else has happened. Hey, Pickle Toe, it's nice to see you. It was storming yesterday here. I walked outside and it was raining. I'm like, oh, well, I guess no, don't need to take the garbage out right now. Yeah, I like, you know what I do? And then we'll get back to Madeline. I like the sound because I got a metal roof now. It's like music. It's like music. But he was staring and paying close attention to what Jen was saying, and he was having a protective stance all the while. So we'll get to that. Oops. Actually, I think I'll sit myself down at the bottom so you guys can see me. I can't see you, but you guys can at least see me.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline.
Actually, he looks pretty high himself. Look at his eyes. Hold on, let me back this up and see if we can do this. And that's what we need to probably do. After this is done and over with, maybe we'll blow it up and replay it. Not the whole thing, just the first few minutes. This is like an hour and a half long, so I'm not going to obviously play an hour and a half video. But they both look like they're on substances, which is a problem for me.
Last name?
Soto. S-O-T-O.
S-O-T-O?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27th, 2000.
22nd.
Oh, sorry. 22nd.
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1480 Charlie 405. What's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
See, he rolled his eyes to her.
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
White Crocs.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts.
So he says black pants. She says black shirt or black shorts. So that almost implies that she saw her daughter that day because she corrected the clothing. So that you know, I always wondered whether she was asleep that morning or if she truly saw her daughter. And it sounds like she truly saw her daughter, at least at this point. Okay? Physically put her eyes on her daughter. She changed the clothing. He said black pants. She corrected it to black shorts. Let's keep listening.
Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Which is a problem for me because why doesn't she know where her friends live? That implies she doesn't have sleepovers. That implies she doesn't go over for play dates. That's a problematic statement for me at a 13-year-old age group. That sounds isolated to me.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically.
No.
Not typically? No. Okay.
So she doesn't typically hang out anywhere. For a 13-year-old girl, I don't know how I really feel about, there's whacked out. You know what's funny is I don't know the effects of Adderall, Z. And it's funny because that's the first thing that literally popped into my head when I saw her. And it was weird because I don't know why, because I don't know what that does. I've heard of it, but I don't know the effects of it. And I know it's for, I think it's for anxiety, maybe it's for, I don't know what it's for. But you know, there's some problematic things that are being stated here. And one of those is a 13-year-old girl that doesn't know where her friends live. I knew where my friends lived and was riding my bike to their house at the age of 8. For no reason. Well, Kelly, I got to tell you, I went live at like 2:00 this morning, or premiered a video like at 2:00 this morning. It's for ADHD and it's a stimulant. Thank you, Dreaming. Thank you. Oh, is that, you know what? That makes sense now because I remember Seth saying something about it, but I didn't understand it. You know, I didn't understand what he meant by pharmaceutical math with an E. So, okay. Got it. So that's the first thing that popped in my head. I've heard the prescription. I knew it was for something, but it was just weird because I don't know what it does. But that was the first thing that popped in my head when I saw her behavior. And but but 13 years old. I was riding bikes at 8 to my friend's house. You know what I'm saying? And I had friends in my neighborhood that I played with, and they look like they have a neighborhood that would or should at least have 1 or 2 children in it. You know? And so that's problematic for me. I don't like that. I don't like knowing that she doesn't go to friends' houses. That's isolation to me. And that she's old enough where she can speak to her mom to tell her stuff. So I would have thought that, you know, her mom would probably allow her to go out to more places. It's just odd to me at 13. I mean, think some of you guys have 12 or even younger kids than that. And I guarantee they're more active than that. It just seems odd for me.
Okay, so we finally got this body cam video footage.
Okay, no offense. I love you, Plunder, but they can go over and get your commentary. And actually, I behoove you to go over to Plunder's and get her commentary. Actually, maybe we should listen to this. Hold on, let's see what she's got to say.
44. Yep. I do.
Yeah.
3-4 Echo, Black Mike Echo.
It looks like some night vision, I guess. It's not very good. That's their home.
Hey, man. Just want to verify the clothing.
Oh, okay. What?
But it's almost all redacted. Can you imagine the person who paid $830 for these videos? Maybe there's some kind of law in Florida.
Oh wow!
No
I didn't know Docket paid $830 something for these videos. It does get costly. People don't realize these document requests do get costly. Let me get back to it. If you guys want Plender's commentary, please go over to her channel.
Hold on, buddy. I gotta fix it. Fix your lead. Hold on. I gotta fix it. I know. Whenever I open the door, he wants to jump out. Hello. Let me see. You're stinky. Hold on, dude. We gotta get the sun on the phone. Hold on, son. Sniff ya.
They got the canines now. This is at the church. I visited this church. This church is just to let you guys know. This church is pretty large. It's a large. The land itself is a large piece of land, and it seems odd. Like when he was saying that he dropped her off at the church. That statement was very odd to me when I got there because the driveway to get to the church was so long. It was like 1/10 of a mile or more to even get to their parking lot. And so I kept wondering, did he pull up to the side? It looks like they have a school there, like a preschool there. So how would that have been like in the morning with people pulling in there? Like she didn't want to be seen getting out of the car at the school. This was allegedly the statement as to why he dropped her off at this church. Now, from my understanding, the mom said that it's very uncommon for them to drop her off any place but in front of the school. So this was out of the ordinary that day. So it doesn't make sense because when I got there, the sign on the front of that church has a number for their preschool. So obviously there's a schooling that goes on there Monday through Friday for preschool. So how was the traffic that morning? And wouldn't it be odd to drop off a teenager at a preschool? So I've got some questions about this whole thing where he dropped her off at. But it looks like these law enforcement are actually in the parking lot up at the church. So I'm a little curious about that as well.
So I'm gonna introduce it to him, but I'm gonna drop the bag on the floor if you want to pick it up again, just in case I have to like reintroduce it to him.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, like smelling everything. Let me go pee pee.
Dog's got to do what a dog's got to do.
Yeah, this is my tree. This is my tree.
Let's see what happens. You get to watch how they introduce a scent to a dog. This is interesting. This is good knowledge.
She like went straight, walked in the grass, or she went towards the road.
She walked in the grass and then from there walked onto the road.
Kind of curved.
Yeah, kind of curved around.
Okay. I'm just wondering. It's gonna be hard to tell whether she went left or right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she was trying to walk back home on her own or if she was trying to go to her friend's house.
The probably the most I'll say is true.
The one thing I've noticed is law enforcement believe that this child, so you see their behaviors, law enforcement's behaviors up front as well, guys, because you're seeing that they don't automatically assume the worst of the parents. You know, there's a lot of children that run away from home, that want to go off to their friends, that get in a fight with mommy and daddy because they won't let them see their boyfriend or something stupid like that. So as you see, they're talking as if everything that the parents told them is true. And they're acting as if everything is true. They're not being accusatory or nasty to them or anything. So this is great for initial behaviors of law enforcement for you guys to kind of get an insight on that. And I think I personally think this is great information right here.
Walk back to the grandmother's job. The grandmother's job is straight that way. So that's probably like the only way.
Yeah. But the grandmother never saw her.
Grandmother said she never saw her.
Okay. He has a poop. So kind of.
He's trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah. Well, he always has to poop against a bush. Not really any other. He's gonna totally cut you off. Wyatt. You're gonna have to poop on the way, buddy. He sees a bush, so he's like, oh. Come here. You're gonna trip yourself. Check, check. Still let him sniff around where she was at.
I haven't seen her introduce the picture just yet, but maybe she did before. We just didn't see it when he got out of the car.
The boy. You trip yourself. Are you ready? I know you can't concentrate because you have to poop, but. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I know. Check it out. Good boy. You ready?
Okay, let's see how this is done. All right. Okay, here we go. He's going to introduce the scent to the dog.
No, I knew you were going to do that. When he can tell that the leash isn't on his neck anymore.
Yeah.
He can feel it. Nope. Nope.
There we go. That's how they...
Fatty. Oh, good boy, Fatty.
That's all they need to do.
He's like automatically trying to go to that bush. That's good, right? Come on.
And she seems like she's so hard.
Leave it. Just trying to look for it.
Yeah, along that drive it's like a 10th of a mile from the park. It's a long drive. And if you look at the sign, it's advertising a preschool. He's not finding his son.
Found his poop spot?
Oh, yep. Maybe he's found his poop.
He's got to poop in the bush.
I'm sorry, but this is poor dogs. I mean, I guess they
Let's see if he makes up his mind whether he wants to keep going this way or if he's going to turn back.
If you go back this way, there's like back towards, like if you would go towards around the business.
Yeah. I just kind of have to plant down and Yes. Oh, jeez, buddy. Nighttime deuce. I don't think you have anything else, bud. Come on, pinch it off. Oh my God, this dog.
Should we give the dogs some privacy? I'm just wondering if
Look, take a look. At least there's no cars out. That's the worst. Do you know? I don't know if they looked in those Jesus cameras or anything.
No.
The county cameras.
I don't think
I don't think they've gone into, yeah. Bruh. Dude, you cannot have to poop again. Oh, I guess you have a little bit left over.
Service 11349, Carriage Drive. Live music, there was 6. Code 206.
Animal. This is all open. Hey, relax.
I noticed that chaos.
My thing is when he, like an old track like this, he shouldn't be pulling too hard, just because it gets contaminated from the kids and stuff walking home. So he shouldn't be. That's how I can usually tell if he's crittering. And he's just picking up like animal scent or whatever, just digging around. So these kind of tracks are so hard. Do you even have it? Is that you telling me? Where does your grandmother work at?
She works back and forth.
But what is it, like a
insurance tax?
Oh, she does taxes and stuff. Good dog. Maybe once it's over. Let me just check across the street and see if he gives me anything there.
You want to go back to where?
It's not giving her anything where she's at.
It's like not too far, like right up there.
No, because if this was the last seen location, then that's fine. Because it's like back there. Back there. Yeah, usually those older tracks, he's usually slower, like a more like methodical track. Like it would normally be like a pace like that. just because he's working hard to try to find it. But if he doesn't, yeah, he's got to try to like filter through everybody else's like sent cells and stuff that are falling on top of the missing person. So it's like it's a little bit harder. So he shouldn't be pulling so hard. With like the fresh ones, like if somebody like just robbed a bank or whatever and took off, then he would be like that. But usually I can tell when he's not on it, when he's trying to hurry up and run fast.
So he's not on it. So no hit. No hit.
Dude. It's a tough one.
She's thinking it has something to do, because again, they believe the parents at this point. So they keep trying to explain the way it's maybe other people sent being on.
We're doing our certifications on Wednesday, our certification track. And my corporal laid a track today for me to run on Wednesday, and it's going to be like a 45-hour aged like track. But it's like it's like trails and stuff, and it's not contaminated. So, like in a wooded area, which is like where they excel at. But these kind of tracks are always so hard.
These kind of tracks are always so hard.
Let me go a little bit further that way, and then if he's acting up still, then I'm gonna call it. But
you want to read?
So my assessment is they're not getting a hit. They're not getting a hit at all. Hey guys that are just now joining in. Sorry, I've been on the video side of this because I'm working off of one screen instead of two screens today. So when the video is playing, I can't see you guys. So when I pop back on here, then I can see the comments and everything. Thank you all for being here. We're going over the Madeline Soto case first. We were blessed with the docket. And I didn't realize this cost so much. I think ponied up over $800. So if you guys would like to contribute it, I'm sure there's a way to do that on the docket's channel. Again, that's just throwing that out there. But the docket is the one that got this. It sounds like Plunder was able to cut some of this stuff so we could see it. And because on the docket, it was like 2.5 hours and he was discussing it and stuff like that. And Plunder is too. And I definitely recommend you guys going over to Plunder and watching this and her commentary on it. But I just wanted to see this and within the first few minutes of what I saw on the docket, it appeared that Stefan and Jen were under the influence of something. That's what I truly believe. I don't think that didn't look tired to me. That looked under the influence. And it appeared that Stefan had he had his arms crossed, a protective, stance while she was talking to law enforcement, which is a little odd for me personally. But now they gave their statement that she was dropped off at this church. And so they took the dogs out there, and you can tell by law enforcement in the way that at least these law enforcement are handling themselves. They're acknowledging the parents. They're not skeptical of the parents, and they're trying to find the track of this child. She also knows that according to the reports, this child, hey, Crime Stories, it's nice to see you, Love Bug. According to this, she knows that this child never made it to school. So she's equating possibly the reason why it's so hard to track is because all the other kids that were let out of school that have walked on the tracks, that's kind of where she's at. But now that this is full circle, we know the reason why the dog wasn't tracking Madeline is because Madeline had never been there.
No, he should still be okay. Again.
And we also learned a little tidbit of valuable information too. When we're watching these dogs, when they're pulling their handler, then they're not on the scent. Apparently, when they're on the scent and tracking the scent, they're a very calm walking dog as they track the scent. So I thought that was a little bit interesting information. I always thought it was just the opposite. When the dog's pulling, that they're on it, but clearly that's not the case.
Dog. What's that hole? Yeah, he's like. I mean, if I had to guess, get out of there. If I had to guess, you probably went that way.
Yeah.
But
They had a guess. So the dog's not really helping out. Oh,
just because also. Seriously, bro, this is embarrassing. You're embarrassing.
So now we'll
You're
go
gonna
back.
go back home, all right?
They load them back up, so let's get here.
Just that from the other one.
26.
to check.
Sorry.
This looks like when they're first going in.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, this is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay. Hi there.
It was this one on the docket. I think that was shown. I think this one was shown first on the docket. It was this one, this few minutes right here, and I think we started with it at the beginning, but it's this one right here. This is where I start getting a little weird with her and Stefan, because I can clearly see it in their eyes. And the reason why I can clearly see it in the eyes is because I have had experiences with seeing people in the same condition on many, many occasions.
What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to
He's not even looking at him.
Sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Good.
Alright, so people are still on the scene, let's put that out in the hospital investigation. How long?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mhm.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
It's odd for me to see him paying so much attention to her. He's got this his arms crossed, and he's looking in her direction.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
And he's analyzing law enforcement. Now he's checking them out.
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. S-O-T-O.
S-O-T-O?
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd.
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie 405. What's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now.
I want you guys to notice, he is literally the only person in that stance. He's the only one in that entire room with his arms crossed.
What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie 405. People hit my call 931 is the same call.
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
White Crocs.
White Crocs.
Either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts? Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
10-4-1937.
Okay. Is this like, did she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically.
No.
Okay. Just give
Do
me
we
one.
find it a little odd? Do we find it a little odd that both of our victims that disappeared on February 26th appeared to be isolated in their home? Yolanda has arms crossed. But it's not throughout. Like even the grandmother, if you watch her, she's talking with another lady behind her. She very rarely even crosses her arms. Stefan is the only one in that room that keeps his arms crossed almost the entire time that they're in there. And I just, I brought up earlier in this live that I was a little concerned about how she doesn't go anywhere and doesn't know where her friends live. That's an odd statement. But both of these children appear to have been isolated from people other than their families. It's very interesting to me, and it's something I'm identifying.
One second. Let me see if I get some.
Thank you.
No problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Hunters Creek Middle?
Look.
Oh, cool.
What?
125.
Let me just back it up here. Let me just play it. Hold on a second.
Just give me 1 second. Let
Watch
me see
that.
if I get some.
I'll pause
Thank
right
you.
where I
No
just paused.
problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Right there. The only other person that has her arms crossed is right here. And she did not have her arms crossed at all during that interview. He is literally the only one that has had his arms crossed the entire time they were there. Outside of handing Jen the phone.
Hunters Creek Middle? All right, cool. 125. Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know. Let me see which picture I
There's the grandmother right back
That's
here.
recently probably from the birthday party, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, so I had to look at.
Birthday party. She's like, well, I wasn't there, so I have to look it up. So she wasn't at the birthday party, which we all knew that.
What's up?
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now. Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine.
I saved it to my photos, so you could.
You saved it to your photos?
Yeah, we can just
Perfect.
go straight to the photos.
So they went and got the most recent photo. So she went to Facebook and got a photo of her daughter from the birthday party.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna send it
That
out
lady
right now.
behind him
My
already
guys.
uncrossed her
Thank you very
arm.
much.
No problem.
Stefan still has his arm crossed. Something with that.
By any chance, does she have a phone number or phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I have it.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, does she have like Apple Watch?
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
Her school laptop, is that trackable?
So they're finding trackable stuff. Does anybody else find this odd? That the two people that disappeared on February 26th, that were both isolated from people, didn't have one trackable item on them at the time of their disappearance. They just miraculously both left their cell phones at the home. It's not about just crossing the arms. Everybody crosses the arm. I mean, even naturally, we cross our arms and stuff like that. It's not just the crossing of the arms. It's the behaviors that's associated with the crossing of the arms. He was the only one that maintained. It's an uncomfortable posture to sit there for minutes on end with your arms crossed. You're doing that because something feels uncomfortable to you. Do we cross our arms? Of course we cross our arms. We all have crossed our arms. So the idea that crossing the arms indicates that wasn't it. It was a length of time that he had his arms crossed while he was, and the behaviors associated with him looking and paying a close attention to Jen while he's doing it. It's odd. I know, especially 13, it's a big deal for yes, that a lot of people skullified. A lot of people were a little bent over why her mom didn't take off work. I mean, everybody knows when their child's birthday is. Why didn't she make arrangements to take off work that day, or instead do it on a day that she was off, and stuff like that? I don't know. Maybe she did have a private birthday party for her daughter on her birthday, and so she decided she thought it was good enough that she could miss her, the kid party. It might have been something like that, but I don't know. I've never not had my parents at my birthdays. So, and I've never, I don't recall ever having a birthday without both of my parents, even throughout a divorce when they weren't liking each other at all, So I don't know. It's odd.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it should be. If the Wi-Fi is turned on, it'll try to connect to new Wi-Fi. So if I like circle here,
Well, she don't have history of running away or anything. She was hanging out.
And you guys see her rocking back and forth. She's definitely a very anxious woman at this point. She's anxious. This is a large commotion going on.
Possibly, I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she's embarrassed by this car.
Like she's rocking so bad that it's like it's annoying me. That's how bad she's rocking.
So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
It's an image thing. She's in the face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Okay. Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
She was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she caught her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other.
He looked like he was a zombie when he's like stumbling over in that direction. And let's look at him. I'm blowing this up. Hold on. Let's hold on. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna have to bear with me. Let's isolate. Let's isolate them.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Okay. Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
She was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she caught her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction.
He didn't really want to make eye contact. I mean, he's making eye contact, but you can see him looking away. He's not really wanting to make eye contact.
Went through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she caught her walking on.
Yeah.
Jen's
but
definitely
she was
not.
just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she had went to school,
So I got confirmation from the school that she never made it. They sent me an email saying she didn't make it. But I also spoke to her or emailed one of her teachers directly, and he looked at all her attendance for all her periods and told me she'd make it at all today.
Okay.
Say it again? No, she was supposed to have a book bag. She was supposed to go to school, but didn't go to school today.
Yes.
Hey guys, no one. Actually, look. I mean, this is another reason why I kind of think that she's on a little bit of something, because her eyes when Stefan was talking were like she was just zoned off out in the out in La La Land. Hold on.
If she had went to school,
So I got confirmation.
What spot in that stretch?
So she's embarrassed by this car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
It's an image thing. She's in the face.
Look at her eyes.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Okay. Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called
She
school.
was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she caught her
She
walking
sounded
over.
off.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she had went to school,
So I got confirmation from.
No, she's supposed to have a book bag. She was supposed to go to school, but didn't go to school today.
If you guys want to know how they keep things off the radio, now you see it. Law enforcement uses cell phones too. They, instead of, he could have radioed this to his commanding officer, but he's talking on his cell phone to whomever, telling them what's going on. So if you guys want to know how some stuff is on these broadcastifies and some stuff is not, well, that's the reason right there. It's because they're providing information through cellular services versus over the radio and walkie-talkies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Battery FGOA 212319 Turtleback Loop. Third party in for Saturday.
Okay.
Complaint.
All right.
Children by 2 juvenile males. Requested 10.5
Say it again?
only. It's code 219.5.
I'm trying to figure out secondary spots, but so far negative on anything. Yeah, you could be 51 to me.
Reference a 21 to a vehicle.
I think
Going
black
to be
shorts.
An unknown male, gray hoodie, black pants, black
White
He-Man,
Crocs with socks.
See, he's the only one still with his arms crossed. The only one.
And when was the last time you seen her? Do you know around what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off.
How tall is she?
5'1",
Weight.
110 pounds.
About 110, 112.
Hair color.
Blonde.
Blonde, like a dirty blonde.
Like a dirty blonde.
Yeah.
Why is he repeating?
Eye color.
Blue.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars or anything like
There's
that?
a distinctive beauty mark on her face
On her
here.
face?
On the face, like below the nose or near the nose.
Yeah, like right now.
I'm not sure if that would be classified as a beauty mark. Honestly, I think it was more of a mole. And I find it odd that he classified it as a beauty mark. I mean, hindsight 2020, I probably wouldn't have paid a lot of attention to it at the time when if we would have watched this early on before he was arrested. But now after he's arrested, it kind of just creeps me out. I don't know why, but it does.
That area there, it's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. It's big.
Any other scars or anything like that? Which you know?
Scars? No.
No.
Tattoos.
Tattoos. No.
You'd be surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top part out. I didn't get the rest of it.
Man, she was laughing, and then she just got a serious face and like side-eyed that guy. We're going to go back 10 seconds. Watch her face. Let me see if I can blow up on her face.
No.
You'd be surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top part out. I didn't get the rest of that stuff yet, so I need to put it out.
I don't know. She just.
County 34 here.
I don't know what to think.
Updated 14.
He keeps looking at her rocking. I noticed that he keeps like his eyes move over toward her every now and again just to watch her as she's rocking. He seems like it's nerve-wracking for him to watch her rock back and forth while she's talking to law enforcement.
Can I just see that phone?
Black shorts, white Hopkins County, approximately 5'1" blonde, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, has a beauty mark under the nose. Yeah.
I'm getting a random 407 number. Okay. Hello? Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you?
That's my cousin.
Principal's calling her at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
No.
You know what? I think that principal's a good principal. I don't know very many principals that are going to be calling a parent of a missing child at 1 o'clock in the morning. God bless that principal. God bless that principal.
Start getting the
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find her
paperwork. Does she have any social media or anything like that?
She has an Instagram.
right here.
WT Tap 593.
Just family,
Thank you
cousins.
so much. I
friends.
definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
That's her profile?
Yeah.
Little piggy.
She also has a YouTube page.
Okay. Any Snapchat or?
She plays games.
No, that's
It sounds like she has an Instagram account and she had a YouTube account, but nothing else. This is I think it's reviewed I think it's just all the camp footage together. I think
he's just trying to figure out where he want to go.
All right, so that now we're back to the dog at the church. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I thought that was interesting. A couple tidbits that I got from that. It wasn't, I'm glad the docket got it. And like I said, if anybody wants to help, we heard from Plunder. This package of videos cost the docket of almost $800. So if you guys would like, please go over to the docket, show him some support. If you guys would like, give him a super thanks or find a way to, contribute if you'd like to. These things do cost a lot of money. A lot of people don't realize how expensive getting this stuff out there can be. We spent an arm and a leg for the stuff from Idaho, and we got a couple things out of that package, and then we ended up moving on. So I've got to go back through that because I still have a lot of videos that have never been seen that was ordered and provided to me. So, but they do cost. It costs a lot of money to get this stuff. So long story short, what I did learn is we were able to identify some behaviors of dogs in action, right? And how they provide them their scent. I thought that, I might be nerding out on this a little bit, and I'm sorry for doing that to you guys. But me personally, Plunder was talking about trying to get something that was $3,000. Good gracious. Good gracious. But if they ever need help dividing and they're willing to share, I'm happy to contribute because I know they cover a lot of the same cases that I cover. So I know that stuff gets expensive. And I heard her saying that she divides it with some other people. So, definitely happy there. Oh, thank you, Team Summer. I am Team Summer. Cash App right there for the docket. For anybody that would like to contribute, just remember, $1 will do. Or you don't ever need to break the bank. You never need to go out there and throw out, we have 400 people in this chat room. Can you imagine if just every single person gave $1? He'd have 50% of that docket paid for right now, or 50% of this stuff paid for just by everybody contributing $1. I think that's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. So I learned that now, and I also believe now that Stefan and Jen most likely abused their medication. We've heard hints of it, but both of them, to me, weren't tired. Okay, that wasn't tired I was looking at. That was intoxicated I was looking at. For the people with Venmo, there's Venmo, PayPal. Oh, and if you guys would like to buy coffee, there you go. There's all the ways you can contribute to the docket. Thank you. I am Team Summer. That was really sweet. And PayPal. So you guys have a variety of ways. If you would like to contribute, please consider contributing. Now, I find Stefan's behaviors, even though he was very relaxed in those, I find his behavior a little odd for me. Him standing there it seemed to me, out of everybody's antsiness and all the antics going on around him behind the scenes, everybody talking to everybody, he was the only one that was still. He was the only one that maintained arms being crossed. He was the only one that tried to make himself look ultra calm and relax. So I really, truly believe that there were a lot of telltale signs then. Oh, geez, Louise. 101? Are you saying to degrees, B. Frank? That's hot. That's absolutely hot. That's absolutely too hot. If you're talking about how hot it is outside, keep that where you're at. Florida struggles enough. We don't need that heat here. So I found some things problematic. I found the beauty mark remark a little problematic. I found that Jen not correcting that a little problematic. Jen's behavior herself, she almost seemed manic or anxious, which in all reality, I would expect in a situation like this for her to be anxious, but she was trying to keep a calm demeanor while being anxious. So I don't know what that means, because she does have some things that are going on with her. Nothing in this tape screamed out to me alarm bells that she still has any knowledge that Stefan was responsible for this. The anxiousness may have been because it seems like she had a conversation with Stefan about that morning. She seemed very knowledgeable about what transpired that morning from Stefan's lens, from Stefan's mouth. And it seemed like she almost regurgitated everything he said to her. So I'm still in that she has put her child in danger because she should have left this man a long time ago for a variety of reasons. I'm not quite there still yet on whether or not she's actually culpable of this, or she knew of this going on and did not stop it. Oh, thank you, Southern Grammy. That's sweet. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you for that. I know that'll help. Thank you for that. So that's kind of where what I have for Stefan. We're already over an hour. We still need to get on to Sebastian Rogers. I'm probably going to have to change the thumbnail on this and change the title to just Madeline Soto, because to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to take me well over an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes. So we're going to have to do Sebastian Rogers later this afternoon. I kind of watched this. There were some things that were already boiling over in me when I watched the first, I think it was like 5 to 10 minutes of the interview. And oh, that's nice. Thank you, Rodney. God bless you from Australia. And so that's just, again, I'll be back later today. I've got to go pick up my car from the dealership. We've got some, we finally did the big diagnostic on the huge system, and it's identified the actual problem with the car. So it is repairable. It's just going to take a little minute before it's repaired. That's all there is to it. So, that's where we're at with the vehicle, and it'll all turn out. I have absolute confidence at this point. It'll all turn out fine. So we'll get back on the road as soon as we can get back on the road, and of course, just stay here. I'm homebound, but I'm keeping everything. I'm paying attention to literally everything with the Sebastian Rogers case. I'm going to start looking into some of the other cases we've been covering, because I believe we've got some updates on Quentin Simon. We haven't talked about Quentin Simon in a while. There's going to be a big push for Layla Santinello. We still have Sebastian Rogers missing. We haven't had any updates on Elijah Vu in a while. We've got Crystal Rogers' case out of Bardstown, Kentucky, that's still we're still trying to get out there too. We've got, we're getting to the wire pretty soon. We're going to have a trial date set for Brian Koberger. And I haven't started the GoFundMe page, the GoFundMe yet. But for us to get out there, if the channel wants live coverage from the Brian Koberger event, it's going to be it's very, very far away from my home. It's in Idaho. I'm from Florida. The plane, the airfare, the room and board, and the auto rental that I need for 6 to 8 weeks is going to be close to, I think it's going to be, my portion of it is going to be close to $10,000. It's not going to quite be $10,000, but it's going to be close to that $10,000. Obviously gas and stuff like that's pushing it over. But I'm going to try to go back and see. The problem I'm facing right now is I can't book anything. If I could book something like right now, we would have a firm cost of everything, right? The problem is we don't know when the trial is going to be. And if I buy my plane ticket and I rent the room and the car and everything, and that changes, that'll cost me even more money, because some of those things you have to pay to change. So that's kind of the situation I'm in. Now, the airfare cost when we purchase it could be higher, could be lower. It's the same with the rental as well as the room and board. We don't know what the costs are going to be at the time, because different parts of the year have different expenses when you're traveling. And I get that people, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to get down to brass tacks and go through every bit, the high and low of the cost to get out to Idaho. And once I get a full cost, we'll decide as a team whether we're going to be out there or not. Now, what we could do is we could go out there for a part of the time and not stay there for the entire trial and get those first initial stuff. But I have a funny feeling the bombshell stuff is going to be happening not just at the beginning, but I feel like it's going to happen at least the first 4 weeks. I feel like the prosecution is going to be the longest of this, because they have so much more to explain. And it doesn't sound like there's going to be a whole lot of help. They're going to put their experts on the stand to try to counter what the state is presenting, like in the Alec Murdaugh case. But I truly believe that the defense is going to put on a show. I think that they've got, he's got Ann Taylor. I think she's a very astute legal mind. And I anticipate her going to the mattress for her client. And so that would be on the other end of this. This is going to be on the last end of it, because the prosecution presents their case first, then the defense. So I wanted to explain that to you, because those are the options. Now, we could also decide that we don't want to be there at the beginning of the trial and say we want to get there in the middle and just be there for the end of the prosecution and the beginning of the defense. We can do that, and that will adjust the cost, quite frankly, and considerably. It will adjust the cost considerably. So it's really up to the channel. It's really up to you guys, what you guys want to do. If you guys even want to go out there, I can tell you, I've been looking at the viewership. I expect this to be blown out of the water when his trial comes, even though we've lost some interest in the day-to-days because there's not a whole lot going on in the case right now. I still believe it's going to be an epic trial. This is honestly, this is the trial of our time, because we have never in our life dealt with something like this. This is major. And we knew it was major when it happened. So there's the go. Thank you, Turtle Madness. We love you. So those are your options. We'll break down all the options and get the cost for each option available. And then we'll decide as a group what we're going to do, and then put the GoFundMe together based upon what we decide as a group. So there you have it, guys. I love you. God bless. Have a great day. I'll be back before the end of the day, I'm sure. I don't see myself staying off here. And we've got to go over all of Sebastian Rogers stuff and perspectives and updates. We've got a lot more people that have wrote their perspective in. I can't read all of them, but I will read a few. And I know Misty took some time and gave me a 2-part analysis. So we'll probably be going over some of her commentary on that as well. So guys, come back. I'll see you soon, and rock it out with your coffee beans out. Until next time, please be safe and kind to one another.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you, God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims.